We're here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Alex Wehrley. This is Business Rockstars, and joining me today, Jeff Krueger. He is the CEO and founder of SAFE HOMECARE. Thanks so much for being here, traveling all the way from Tulsa.
My pleasure to be here. I'm happy to share our opportunity and what we're doing with SAFE HOMECARE. It's a really exciting
Really
moment.
exciting. Yeah. So first of all, tell us, what is SAFE HOMECARE?
SAFE HOMECARE is a in-home senior care business. SAFE, by the way, is an acronym for Support Assistance for Elderly. And it's senior care, helping seniors remain at home in their homes in the security, comfort, and privacy of their homes for as long as possible by utilizing caregivers that were our aides to help them do what's called activities of daily living. ADLs is the industry term for that. You know, it could be shopping, groceries, errands, medication reminders. Could get personal care where you're doing bathing, incontinence care, dressing, that kind of thing. Appointments, traveling to appointments, to and from doctor's appointments, and those kind of things. But the idea is to keep people safe, pun intended, I guess, safe in their homes for as long as possible. AARP has done, and others have done analysis and studies on what seniors prefer, and 92%, no surprise, prefer to remain in the comfort and security of their own home and age in place, you know, quote, with grace and dignity.
And I think families want that for the elderly in their life, too.
Absolutely, they do. And not all family is positioned in the same town as their loved ones are. So, so they need help, outside assistance, and that's what we provide. Yeah,
so it's all about finding your competitive edge and what distinguishes you. And so you were telling me that you really invest in the caregivers and make sure that they are top-notch.
And that's the secret sauce.
Yeah, so what are some of the things you do to make sure that they're really, really quality?
Well, we do several things. We have a full-time psychologist on staff who's always doing profiling, personality testing, assessments on the skills and qualities and personality traits and characteristics that we are finding, and it's an evolving process, of course, of what makes the best caregiver. We think we're better than we were the first day. We're not as good as we're going to be, tomorrow on nailing that down. But every company invests in their product, and the R&D and the continuous improvement into their product. Well, guess what? Our product is our caregiver.
So what's the key to creating that good culture and really empowering, in this case, your caregivers?
You answered the question. The answer's in the question. Empowering is the difference. When you feel appreciated and respected, and where your opinions count, and you can actually get people to feel like their opinions count, all of a sudden that's a new person. And
they've got buy-in. They want
and
to
you
do
continually
a good job.
reinforce that by time after time after time. Now I've gotten a lot of crazy ideas from team members in other businesses, and I may laugh or dismiss those, but I always get back to people with an answer to what their suggestion was. And I try and find a nugget of something that was good in that. Now that's not just placating and trying to play to the audience. I'm really trying to keep them, encourage them to keep bringing ideas forward.
So how do you grow this? How do you reach more caregivers and get them to, or excuse me, clients, and get them to sign up to have these caregivers?
Well, what happens in our industry is that we have some really cool marketing ideas I'm not going to share entirely here. But
anything, that's applicable
when
to
someone has,
let's
take you for your grandparent or your parent who may need some care or some help, who are you going to turn to? You're not going to go on the internet and say, or you're not going to see a billboard and say, oh, that's an idea. I just remember Mom fell last night. There's that billboard reminded me I should do something about that.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You're going to talk to your medical professionals, your hospital, your discharge planners, your doctor, your home health company, which again, the home health is they're doing insurance work and doing care for your loved one. And you're going to ask them, who does this and who does this best? And so there again, your reputation and your accountability, reliability, dependability, because when they refer to you, and they do, they only do that because they're putting their name on your business. And so they want to make sure you're the real deal. So that we bring those people in, we show them what we do, how we do it, and why we're different. And then once you get that momentum going and you walk the talk, then the referrals continue to come. So that's the way.
Oh, that's really interesting. Awesome. Well, so much more with my guest, Jeff Krueger. When we come back, we're here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Alex Wehrley, and this is Business Rockstars. We're here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Alex Wehrley. This is Business Rockstars, and my rock star, Jeff Krueger. He is the CEO and founder of SAFE HOMECARE. So your background's very interesting. You worked at the C-level for many years. Tell me how you got into those roles.
Well, educationally speaking, I'm a CPA and I'm an attorney. And but while I was doing that, I was also in business. And I had climbed the corporate ladder and gotten out of the corporate treadmill, which is a good and a bad thing, and I'll talk about that if you'll let me. But I had just moved up and I changed companies and been recruited by others. And I started out as a CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and then had the good fortune, and this is hard for a CFO type, which is, an accounting finance type, to break out of the mold, the stereotype, and be given an operational role. And I had that opportunity with the company. It was an international company, and I was in charge of worldwide operations. And the biggest thing I had going for me was common sense, common business sense, because I hadn't been trained specifically in that. And we, as a team, and again, as a leader, you empower, you organize and empower and motivate. And the team, did all the heavy lifting and all the hard work, but unfairly. But the CEO guy gets the credit for it. That's not right. The credit needs to be shared with the team.
And you had a specialty, right? In all these C-level positions, you really specialized in businesses that were struggling. And
well, I've done both, actually, Alex. I had been in companies that were struggling. I had a reputation and had done several what they're called financial turnarounds, companies that were very troubled. I mean, on their last gasp of breath, where the bank was clamoring, the creditors were clamoring, the marketing, the sales were down, the trends were down, production, the quality, all those problems were going on. But these companies have been around 10, 20, 30 years, and they just been neglected and were struggling, and they had struggled for a while. And when you go into those situations, it's rather desperate. And the employees who may have worked there in many cases, their whole lives, or 10, 20, 30 years, are looking at you like, if I don't have this job, what am I going to do?
Yeah. And
it's a bit of a weight, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it was a challenge to me, and I'm vested in their success too. Which I don't need much motivation, but that was an extra, burden on myself. But again, you empower them, you help them organize, reorganize, be smart about it, and get a lot. You have to negotiate with your banks and your creditors to give you a chance, give you a few more months so you can show what you can do. But the teams did miraculous things when you do that. You ask people for their suggestions, their ideas, put them in a room, and then actually execute on some of that stuff. They're a whole new person. Then. I mean, now I'm in. And these guys have worked at this job
amazing.
20, 30 years, and I've been there 15 minutes. I think I'm going to ask you, what do you think we should do? You think they maybe have an idea? All you got to do is ask and listen.
Yeah, that's amazing. It sounds so basic, but at the same time, it's something that so many companies overlook.
Well, it's what happens. You come in and you're the guy, and you. Not really. I was just the guy who could organize them and had the power to restructure and change.
So cool. Tell me about some of the lessons you learned while at the C-level that really, really help you as a business person today in your business.
It's all about the people. I mean, it's all about the people. I mean, if you're making widgets, there's something about the metal or the material you make, but it's really about the people who make the widget. I mean, finding the right players. You need subject matter experts on your team. You need people who have the passion, who have the vision, buy into the culture, see the value, and are excited about what you're trying to do and the way you're trying to do it. We have a very high level of integrity in our organization. We always do the right thing.
How do you know if someone's authentically a caregiver? Do you have a good read on people? Do you ask them the right questions?
Well, I mentioned that we have that psychologist on our team who's
they're
working.
Literally analyzing them.
Well, she's trying to I'll use the word profile them and identify the good things and the bad things and the fatalistic things. Well, that person's not going to be a good caregiver. But you never know because you're trying to apply standards. And everybody's a little bit different. So there's some interpretation in that. But the little things like when we come to meetings, that orientation meeting. Are you on time for the orientation meeting? Mm-hmm. You are not on time. We're late. What do you say in that meeting? How engaged are you in that meeting? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Are you not? I mean, we know from that very first orientation. We think we've screened them all in the hiring, but now I'm involved because I'm watching them in orientation, and it's you and me. And I'm trying to evaluate. I've said that person will never work for us. They just don't have the right mindset to be a safe home care caregiver. And as I said before, that's our product. And you got to put the best product out there every single time, no exceptions.
Would you consider yourself an organized person?
I'm an idea guy, and
that's why you have a team, to be the detailed-oriented
That's exactly right. People have said
person.
ADD, and I can't say that I'm not. I mean, I bounce around a lot, and I'm always moving.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you so much to my guest, Jeff Krueger. He is the CEO and founder of SAFE HOMECARE, and we are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Alex Wehrley, and this is Business Rockstars.